y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I already know what this video is about to be about by the title. Y'all, I really caught COVID. And I'm about to tell you about it. That shit was the worst. I don't wish that shit on nobody, bro. I was the main bitch to say everything about that shit. Like, I was the main bitch to be like, yeah, that shit is not real. I'm not jacking that virus. How come every day is more cases? Over 24 hours is this, that, and the third. That shit is not valid. And I fully, I'm sorry, I keep doing that. This is my eye. I fully caught that shit out of everybody I was with. That's crazy. But let's get right into the video. I went to Atlanta trip July 1st to July 6th. Basically, I've been fiending to go to Atlanta, bro. Nothing can go wrong. Nothing can go wrong on this trip in my head before I go. Nothing could go wrong on this trip. I'm finally going to Atlanta. I got the bread for it. Like, it's gonna be lit. I go shopping for the trip. Everything. So I'm mad excited to go on this trip now. I'm gonna fast forward to when I got sick though, cause like I don't really remember step by step, like day by day, like what we did for me to like before I got sick, like what we did, and you know what I'm saying? We did a lot of stuff and we had fun. First 3 days we having fun, you know, non-stop fun. We could have had more fun, I'm not gonna lie, but we had fun. Cool. So the last 3 days is when Alisha got sick, and Alisha almost motherfucking died and shit. Like, so basically what happened was, what I remember, I'm going by my memory, because like I remember going to Six Flags, right? Cool, went to Six Flags, went on the rides, had fun. It was like, if y'all know Lisa, my cousin, y'all know that bitch don't go on a ride. So she and some people went over there to go get food and shit, and me and other people went to go on the rides. We were on like 3-4 rides. That's whack, but we on like 3-4 rides. I'm going on the rides. I'm having a blast. But my head is hurting. My head. I have a migraine, a horrible headache. My stomach is hurting. All that. But I'm trying to, enjoy myself. I'm trying to have fun. I'm at Six Flags, like trying to enjoy yourself, taking pictures, having fun. But my head is feeling crazy, so I'm trying to ignore the shit, but it's not working. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's because I didn't eat. Before I went on the rides, I didn't eat nothing. So I'm like, yeah, that's probably what it is. If you know me, I'm eating all the time 24/7. That is what I do. So if Alicia's having a problem, the first thing people be like, oh, go eat. You'll be fine. So I'm like, maybe I just need to eat my food. I'll be valid when I eat my food. Cool. Six Flags done now. Let's get some food. So we end up going to the American Deli. I think that's what it's called. So we go to the American Deli. I got a Philly cheesesteak, and that shit was fire. So I'm like, I'm busting my shit down in the car, bro. I could not wait till we got to the crib. I'm busting my shit down in the car, and my stomach is not feeling better. My head is not feeling better. So I'm like, alright, maybe I need to wait a little longer. Maybe I need to wait till the food digests. That's what is going down. First I need to eat. Now maybe I need to let it digest. We get home. I don't quite remember what happened at home when we had got home from Six Flags. But all I know is I don't think I was feeling good. I wasn't feeling good for a minute. I don't think I got Advil to the ending of the night. So I think I wasn't feeling good that whole time. I'm laying down. That's what it was. So I get home. I went to go lay down. All for it. I got there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. So I went to go lay down. I'm pretty sure I went to sleep. But I was laying down for mad long. I was in bed from that day on. I was in bed. That was the ending of my trip. I was on bed rest. So I'm not feeling good. So my friend finally got me tea, and I finally took an Advil. I hope I'm remembering this correctly, but I remember that I woke up, I had some tea, I think I took an Advil, because I remember the night, that was like the daytime, so the night of that day, I was valid, I was good, I was out there with everybody, we was all chilling in the house, playing music, jumping around, this, that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm valid, that Advil did me good, so I should be fine now. I was not fine now. So I took the Advil, I'm good. All my friends, everybody's good in the house, chilling, cool. The night that I took that Advil, like, remember I had drunk a couple of cups of tea. So that same night, I'm ready to go to bed now. Everybody's going to bed now. I throw up the tea in the middle of the night. So I'm like, alright, that's weird. So I throw up the tea, and I'm on bed rest. Oh. So I'm laying down, I'm sleeping. I woke up, threw up the tea. I woke up and my body was like burning up. I was fully like hot. I was fully 100 degrees. Like I was bugging. They peeped I was on bed rest. My cousin, Courtney, all my other friends. They come in like, so are you good? Like you've been in the bed all night. Like, are you okay? You're gonna come outside? No, I'm not feeling good. The Advil worked, but I don't know what happened. So niggas is just trying to figure out if I'm okay. They trying to push it in their head like, what the fuck is Alisha on right now? Like, is she okay? Does she have a fever? That's what we was jacking it was, fever, because my body was burning up. I was hot, okay? Niggas was like, yeah, she got a fever. That's what I was jacking. You know, fuck it, I have a fever. That's what the fuck is showing here. Cool. So now I'm pretty sure I went back to sleep after that. Like, I don't remember exactly what happened. I know that I threw up the tea. My body was hot. I was in the bathroom throwing up. Came back to bed. Had the garbage next to me throwing up. Cool. So now I'm sleeping. I'm going back to sleep. I'm just on bed rest. I'm sorry I keep repeating myself. I'm just laying down the whole entire time. I'm not moving. I'm burning up, just sitting there in one spot. I could not move. I was not feeling good. So I'm not moving. I'm getting chills. I'm freezing under the blankets. My friends is like, oh, you have to put clothes on, put blankets on, sweat out the fever. That's what I'm trying to do, bitch. It's not working. So cool. Wake up the next day, everybody went to the Waffle House. Bitch, I'm in the crib. I did not move. I'm in the crib, in the bed, still sweating, still on bed rest, still chills. I have a fever. So they go to the mall, they going having fun, and I'm just tight because I can't move. Like, I'm just feeling crazy. So at this point, remember, the first 3, we was there for 6 days. First 3 days we valid. That one day that Six Flags day, that's where all the bullshit started. So then I woke up the next day, that's when they went to the Waffle House. If I'm not mistaken, they went to some breakfast shit. They went to the mall. They went to go enjoy themselves, and I'm still laying down. So the third day, mind you, I'm laying down that whole entire day. The third day is the day that we left now, the 6th day. So I call my mom. I'm like, Mommy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. She's like, what do you mean you sick? Mind you, I'm in another state, so she's panicking. She's like, what do you mean you're sick? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have a fever or something. I can't move. Like, my body feels crazy. I have a headache. My stomach hurts. I threw up the little bit of tea that I drank that my friends made me. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? She's panicking right now. So she's like, come home, come home, come home. I'm like, Mommy, I forgot. I think we were supposed to change the trip or some shit like that. Niggas were supposed to go to Miami instead. My mom is in Florida. So I'm going back to Florida at this point. I think we was trying to change the trip or something. So we was ended up, instead of them going back to New York, niggas was going to go to Miami for another trip. Because that's how lit niggas was, right? And I was already in Florida. So in my head, I'm thinking I'm sick. But by the time I get in Florida, bitch, I'm going to feel better to go to Miami. Bitch, no. So then everybody ended up going to Miami. Niggas ended up going home. But I ended up going back to Florida. Because that's where my home was at the time. I'm calling my mom up. Yeah, Mommy, I'm sick. That I'm coming home. She's like, all right, come home. Skip all that, blah, blah, blah. I'm on my way to the airport, right? I'm on my way to the airport feeling crazy. I'm in an Uber. I called the Uber home. I called the Uber to the airport. And I'm laying in the airport I'm laying in the Uber like this. And the Uber guy is driving, talking to me like, you know, regularly talking to me. And he's really trying to have a whole blown ass conversation talking about, because he really was telling me, like, he was just trying to tell me how Atlanta houses is cheap and this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting there laying down dying. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm feeling crazy. I'm like, yeah, trying to hold a conversation so he don't think nothing of it, whatever. But I'm laying there like, yeah, no, da 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 da. So, and my eyes is closing. And you know when you can see somebody not really interested in the conversation, nigga is still talking, like, going full blown. That ride was mad long, too. I'm like, alright, so, skip all that. Now I'm at the airport now. I'm going through the airport and stuff like that. I'm trying to really remember if I'm looking everywhere. I'm really trying to remember. I remember I was going through the airport in my bags or whatever. Mind you, I'm fully sick throughout this whole entire trip. Well, not the trip. Me going back home, I'm fully sick. So I'm feeling crazy throughout this whole entire thing. So skip all that. I have my bags. I'm going through the scanner shits. I go through the scanner shits. No, I'm lying. I'm waiting on the line to go through the scanners. So the security. So I'm waiting on the line. So boom. Before I get on the line, right, I have my clothes on. Clearly. I had my clothes on, but I had a sweater on because I was freezing. In that airport. So I put my sweater on. Now I'm hot. I'm burning up in the line. But I don't want to take my sweater off because I'm freezing. I'm just going through mad shit right now. And my head is hurting, my stomach hurting. Everything I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling mad crazy. I have chills and all that. What the fuck was it? So I have my sweater on. And I'm standing in the line. And oh my god, this is what got me so tight. I'm over here fucking dying and shit. This line was so long to go to the security guard. Yo, like, it was longer than when I got there. Like, it was mad long. It was not a regular. That should be going by fast sometime. We was on that line for so long. I'm like, yo, I'm really about to pass out at this point. I was so ready to tell the nigga in front of me to call the hospital, bro. I was ready to pass out. So, you know what? Let me take my soda off. Maybe I feel better. But I just had so much shit. I didn't want to take my soda off. I'm like, you know, fuck it. I put all my shit down on the floor. Line moving, line not moving. I put all my shit down on the floor. I take the sweater off. I'm like, okay, I feel a little better now. But I'm still feeling crazy. But I feel a little better. I tied it around my waist. And I'm like, all right, so I could breathe now. I had to take my mask off. That was another thing. I could not leave my mask on in that airport. I don't know if that caused anything else, but I was already dying, and I could not leave that mask on while I was feeling the way I was feeling. So I fully took that shit off, took my sweater off. I was just not having it. Picked up all my bags. I'm sitting there standing on line. The line is still mad long. So I'm there praying to God. Word to my mother, bro. I'm praying to God like, bro, God, like, can you please give me, like, can you please at least make me get on the plane safe? Like, don't make me pass out in this line, because word to everything, I was about to pass out, bro. I was feeling so crazy. So I'm praying to God while I'm in that line, like, bro, please at least let me just make it home. If I'm gonna die, God, just let me make it home. Like, I was feeling so crazy in that line. So basically, I took off my, like, once I started praying and all that, like, I don't care what y'all say. Once I started praying, the line started moving, bitch. The line started moving. So I'm like, yes, he heard me, bitch. So I'm going through the security guards now. I'm going through the security shits now. I'm putting my thing in there to go to my flight. I kid you not, bro. This was the worst day of my life. Like, so I'm feeling crazy throughout this whole thing. I finally get upstairs to go to my flight. I don't remember what the flight number was, but say it was like D10 or some shit. So say it was like D10 or some shit, right? I go to gate D10. That's what the niggas told me. Go to gate D10 to go back to Fort Lauderdale. I go there. They put on the speaker, oh yeah, if you're in gate, what was it, gate D10, go to this gate because there's a change of plans, da, 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 da. Basically, everybody that was at gate D10, I think that sounds mad crazy. I don't know gate D10, that sounds mad. Whoever was at the gate that I was at had to fully transfer to the other gate. And that shit was on the other side of the airport. I was so pissed off, bro, because I was already feeling mad crazy. I'm about to die right now, and niggas don't even know what's going on. But I'm good, but I'm not good. You feel me? I have to do what I have to do, bitch. I'm literally by myself going back to Florida. Everybody else went back to New York. I'm by myself. So I have to do what I have to do. Dying or not, bitch. So I'm like, you know what? Alright. That I trooped it to that gate D10. Had to troop it back to the other gate. I get to the gate. Word to my mother, bro. They told me go back to gate D10. I'm like, bro, do y'all understand how I'm feeling right now? I'm about to pass the fuck out. I am going crazy at this point because they made me go from that gate to this gate. And it's not just me. You can see a whole bunch of people going from this gate to that gate. Get to that gate, they calling, oh yeah, go back to the gate. They did that, word to my mother, bro. They did that like 4 times. I was like, bro, like, this is not happening right now. I'm sick. I have a fever. My body is chilly. I'm freezing, but I'm burning up at the same time. Niggas got me going to gate. I'm like, yo, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to pass the fuck out, bro. So I call my mom. I'm like, mommy, bro, I'm tight right now. She's like, what's going on? I'm telling her the situation. Like, mommy, I feel crazy right now. They make me going from gate, and I'm cursing. She's letting me rock, though, because I'm tight. I'm like, mommy, they making me go from this gate to that gate to this gate. And it's not even just me. It's everybody that's at the thing. Da, 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 da. I'm getting tight because I feel crazy. I'm about to pass out. I'm really about to pass out, mommy. I'm about to go to the hospital. She's like, bro. Like, she didn't really know what to say, but she was being a mommy. Like, she's like, bro, it's going to be okay. Like, it's going to be okay. Da, 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 da. She was tight, too. So for me, long story short, they made me go from that gate to the other gate, back to that gate, back to the other gate, right? So that was 4 times. I finally get to the gate that I'm supposed to get to. I'm lying to you. I never got to the gate that I was supposed to. The 4th time, word to my mother, I didn't go, bro. I said, mommy, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not making this flight. I'm not making this flight because, bro, I'm about to pass. I don't think I could stress that enough. Like, I don't get sick, you feel me? So when I get sick, bitch, I'm about to die. I'm burning up, and they making me walk, and I have bags, and I have on sweatpants, I have on sweat. I'm burning up, and I'm like, nah, this is really not happening right now. This is, and I'm by myself. It's not even like I'm with somebody and they can hold my bag. Bitch, I had to carry all that shit by myself, sick as fuck. So when they told me to go to this gate, they told me to go back to this gate, and they told me to go back to that gate. So the third time, I went. But the fourth time, I called my mom, like, Mommy, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not making this flight. She's like, what the fuck you mean? I need you to come home. You're sick. I need to take care of you. I'm like, Mommy, I understand that. I love you so much, but I'm not going on this. I'm not going back to the other side of the airport to go to that gate for them to tell me that I have to go back to the other gate, bro. I was fucking pissed off. I was so mad. Oh my God. So she's like, I understand that. What you gonna do? I'm like, Mommy, I'm gonna go back to the hotel. I'm gonna call an Uber. I'm gonna go back to the hotel. Good thing I had money, bro. Like, you need money for emergencies like this. A good thing I had money to get me through with the. I don't know what I would have did if I was dead broke and I used all my money on my trip. I'm like, Mommy, I'm about to go back to the hotel. She's like, you about to go back to the hotel? I'm like, yeah, Mommy, I'm going back. She's like, all right, make sure you keep me updated. I'm like, all right, cool, I love you. So I hang up the phone. I call an Uber. Mind you, my bags is already on that plane, bro. I fully checked out my bag. So whatever gate, whatever plane my shit is on. Feel me? So I'm empty-handed at this point, but I think I had like one, like my carry-on. So my suitcase is on the plane. I'm trying to find somebody to help me at least try to get my bags back. But me not really understanding how that shit works. Bitch, once your bag's on the plane, bitch, your bag's on the plane. Like, they're not gonna come back and try to help you. None of that. So I had my carry-on, me trying to figure out, okay, can at least, oh, this is what I was trying to figure out too. I'm sitting there trying to figure out, like, all right, I don't have my bags, all right, cool. Can I at least cancel my flight? Like, not cancel my flight. Can I change my flight? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to change my flight from this flight to that flight. Couldn't do it. Lost my money. Cool. Whatever. Mind you, I'm not gonna lie, this was around unemployment money. So, like, it was like I wasn't really stressing it too much. So, I'm like, you know what? I'll get a flight in the morning. Boom, skip that. I trip into the Uber. Mind you, it's late as fuck at night now. Like, it's like, I don't know what time it is. I'm not gonna give you that time because I don't know. But it's like 12 at night. Like, all this shit happened. My flight was at like 9:30, and I ended up getting home at like 12 o'clock at night. I get on the Uber, I get home now, and they like niggas knew I was coming back, but not everybody knew I was coming back. So niggas open the door like, Alisha, why the fuck are you here? I'm like, bro, I'm about to fucking die. Like, niggas knew I was already sick, so they trying to like figure out. I'm like, bro, I start blacking. Like, I start blacking to everybody that once they open the door, I was like, I'm fucking tight. I just started blacking. I'm sick while I'm blacking, so my head, you know when you're crying and you got a headache? That's exactly how I felt, but I felt like 1,000 times worse. My stomach cramping, all that. But like my head was like pounding. Like I was going crazy. And I'm like, I think I did start crying at the airport too. So that already put that shit in my head too. I had a big ass headache. I had a mic, right? So I come back, I walk in the crib, I start blacking. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this just got me tight. I don't have my bags, So now at this point, I'm trying to call my mom to tell her that I don't have my, I remember telling my mom on the phone, but I feel like I forgot to tell y'all that part. So basically at this point, well, not at this point. Basically, I told my mother that I didn't have my bags with her. So basically, I need to call her while I'm at the. I called my mom like, Mommy, I need you to do me the biggest favor. She's like, bro, what happened now? I'm like, Mommy, my bag is on a plane. Like, it's coming towards you. I need you to pick it up at the airport. She's like, all right. So she's already trying to figure it out this way to hang up the phone. So she's trying to figure out how to get my bag. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get to Florida in the morning time, because that hotel was about to. What was it? A hotel? It was a B&B. That B&B was about to be like finished. We needed to leave that day, like the next day. Like, niggas had to be out of there. We paid for that shit. It's done now, bitch, leave. Niggas helped me find a flight or whatever. Got to my flight in the morning. That night I was still sick, still feeling the same exact way I was feeling before. Excuse me. I don't think I threw up that night though. The same day when I had walked in blacking saying, oh, I got my bag and shit, I missed my flight, all that. Niggas was about to cook, bro. Niggas was about to cook a big ass meal. Niggas like, bro, you don't want none? Like, you sure? Like, you want to help us cook, bro? I was not having it. I laid on that couch, but I was about to be out. After I got my flight, I was out. Like, I could not move. I did not want none of the food. They finished the food. Philly had it in the plate. Like, bro, you don't want this? I'm like, bro, no. That's how you knew I was sick, bro, because that is not me. I didn't eat the food, whatever. Fast forward. Morning time, I get my flight. I think it was, I don't think I had it in the morning, though. I think it was like the afternoon or some shit. So, fast forward, I get on the plane. Thank you, Lord Jesus, I'm finally on the plane going back home. Get home now. I probably just skipped mad shit. But get home now, right? In Florida, right? My mom picks me up. She's like, wow, you look crazy, da-da-da. Not to be fucked up, but like, bitch, I was looking crazy. Like, I don't think I showered that day. Like, I was just sick. And my mother, at this point, my mom has on her mask. And I don't even think she brought my little sister to pick me up because she knew I was sick. So at this point, my mother has on her mask. And I kind of felt the way, but like, I cannot feel the way, but you're sick. You feel me? You don't know what the fuck you got right now. You're not about to give it to mommy. That's not. At this point, my mother picks me up from the airport. She has my bags and everything. Thank you, Lord. She had my bags. She got it off the, she got it last night from the airport. So now she has my bags or whatever. She picks me up. We going home now. She has on her mask. I have on my mask. We get into the crib now. She tells Leah, my little sister, she tells her to go upstairs. So, because she don't want nobody getting sick. She tells her husband to go upstairs. She tells Leah to go upstairs. So I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. So I'm laying on the couch right now. Like, I'm isolated from everybody because, like, she don't know what the fuck I got. I'm telling her, mommy, I got a fever. She's like, bitch, that's more than a fever. You know, Jamaican parents, they know what the fuck be going on. Like, they Caribbean parents, they be knowing what the fuck to fucking cure shit and tools. She's like, nah, that's not no fever, whatever. She's trying to give me the remedy she had, whatever. She's trying to give me tea. She giving me green tea, ginger, this, that, and the third. Shit not working, bro. Not working. So she's like, all right. So then she gives me Tylenol, like a couple times. She gave me Tylenol. I think she put Vicks on my neck. She was trying to do mad shit to help me, and shit was not working. So the next day, after that day, took a shower. I'm not even lying to you, bro. I don't even think I took a shower that day. Like, when I came home, I was just too sick to even move, use the bathroom, do anything. So I'm laying on the couch now, go to sleep. And mind you, I had a dry ass cough too. The whole, like, bro, every single symptom of the coronavirus were to my mother, bro. I had that shit. Besides the shit that they was like, you can't cough and you can't taste and you can't smell. That was the only thing I didn't have. I was able to taste and smell, but everything else that they had on that symptom paper, bitch, I was violent. So next day I wake up now. My mom is trying to do the same remedies that she was trying to do last night, giving me tea, this, that. I went to the crib, bro. I didn't want to eat nothing. Like, my mother was like, bro, you don't want nothing. I'm like, mommy, I don't want nothing. Like, I don't want nothing. She tried to give me bread. She tried to give me mad shit. Like, I didn't want nothing at all. I just wanted the tea. I didn't even want the tea for real, but I wanted the tea and I wanted like chicken broth or some shit. Mom she didn't give me the chicken broth that I wanted though, because we didn't have it at the time. So she made vegetable soup or some shit like that. And I'm not gonna lie, gave me that shit. And I was like, mommy, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want this shit. Like, she was tight. She was like, you just made me. I'm like, I'm sorry, mommy, but I dead ass don't want this. So she was like, all right. So she put it back in the microwave. She put it to sit in the microwave for like, just in case I want it for later. Never got that shit. I don't even think I drank that shit. Fast forward, right? To the next day, I believe. Or either the second day I was there or the third day I was there. Because it was a couple days my mom was trying these remedies of, you know, like tea, this, and the third, and it wasn't working. She's like, I'm not gonna lie, something's wrong at this point, but you don't have a fever at this point, because it's like, I'm trying to do everything that usually works, but she's getting tight because it's not working. All right, something's wrong at this point. So she calls up her friend or whatever, and I believe her friend is a nurse or something, so she be knowing. So she's like, oh yeah, Alicia's sick, and she's telling her my symptoms and shit. Off rip, she like, yeah, she got the virus. My mom's like, what do you mean? She started, like, when my mom heard that, like, I know she heard something crazy on the phone, because when she was walking towards me, shorty backed up. Like, hold on. What do you mean right now? What do you mean? She's like, yeah, I guess. She was saying the symptoms, and she was like, yeah, nah, that's it. Like, that is fully it. And I'm like, mom, and I started, like, I don't remember if I started crying or I was getting tight, like, mommy, you really listening to her? Like, I have a fever. Like, that's it. I didn't want to believe myself that that's what the fuck I had, bitch, but that's what the fuck I had. So she's basically telling her I got the virus on the phone, this, that, and the third, and she's telling her all the symptoms and how she knew this, that, and mad other shit. So my mom hangs up like, all right, so you got that. You need to be isolated from everybody in this house. And I was so sad. But I was, you know what, I understand, you know, if I'm sick, whatever. So Leah couldn't see my sister. Couldn't see my mother's husband. Everybody was just upstairs, isolated from me for like the whole week. I had that shit for like a week and some change. So my mother's friend is basically telling her like how to help me and stuff. So at this point, she's trying to tell her how to help me and stuff. So she basically tells her to get this syrup, some type of syrup, some mucus syrup that helps you with that shit. So my mom ordered that shit, or she went to go pick that. She went to go pick that shit up. She's on the phone with the girl, and the girl's telling her, like, the girl Jamaican too. So she's like, oh yeah. Yo. She's like, boil some hot water, put lemon or something, and make her stand over the steam. And she's just like, you know, Jamaicans is mad dramatic sometimes. So she's like, she told me to be barefoot while I'm. I think she told me to take my shoes off, put the towel over my head, and put my head over the steam, over the lemon boiling hot water or the orange peels or something. And she told me to be barefoot or some shit. That shit had me weak. And she told me to sleep on the floor. Like, she was wilding. Like, she was like doing mad shit. My mom was like, bro. But I understood what she was doing. She was trying to help. But like, Jamaicans is mad dramatic. But whatever. So I'm doing the steam shit. And mind you, this whole few days now, I'm laying down, not moving. And I'm laying down. You feel me? That's my point of saying that. I'm laying down. I'm not standing up. I'm not sitting up. My mom is basically telling me how the lady's like, oh, you need to sit up, because if you're laying down with this shit in your system, it's gonna overcome your whole body, and you're violent. So you have to sit up. You need to move around. You need to walk around. And bitch, I could not do none of that shit. So I'm not hearing my mommy. I'm like, mommy, I'm not getting up. Like, I feel crazy right now. I have to lay down. I have to sit down. It was so hard for me to even get up to use the bathroom. Like, bitch, I almost peed on myself. Almost shit on myself. I could not move. My mom was like, Alisha, you have to sit up. So I sit up on the couch, whatever. She gives me a blanket. She gives me the pillow to sit up, though. So she's like, I'm gonna go get the syrup. Sit up. Try to walk around in the house. Like, try to pace. Just be up. Kind of try to be up. Don't be laying down. Because once you're laying down and you're just sitting in that shit is over you. And you're just gonna be mad sick forever. So I'm not really sitting up, but I'm sitting up. She runs to go get the syrup. She takes mad long. So she comes back. I'm laying down, but I'm not laying down. Like, I'm sitting up, laying out. So I was doing what she said, bro. So I used the syrup, and more of the story, that syrup worked. You feel me? That definitely worked. I took that shit. That shit was fully done when I fully got over the virus. It was fully done. Like, I used the whole bottle. The bottle was probably like from the bottom of this blue shit right here to like this. It was probably like that big. It had syrup in it, some type of cough medicine syrup, but it was some strong shit, and that shit stink, bro. Oh my gosh, like, it was such a smell, such a taste. It was so nasty, but I'm like, you know what, it is what it is. So I would take thing of that, teaspoons of that, whatever that shit's called. I would take that every day, or when I feel like I have to cough or I have a dry cough, I would take it. It basically takes out all the mucus. And that virus is basically just mucus, bro. Like, it's mad mucus. The lady's basically telling me, like, too, like, she wants me to go to the hospital. I'm like, mommy, I'm not going to the hospital for them to tell me anything else. Like, I'm good. We can handle this at home. I'm not going to. I'm sorry. They're not about to inject me with nothing. They're not about to make my shit worse. They don't care about me, you feel me? So we can figure this out at home with the syrup and the bottle and all the syrup. I finished the bottle. I took it every single day. I took it like 3 times a day, in my mind. Like, every time I felt like I needed to take it, I took it, because I knew what it did, and I got used to it. So yeah, so I was sick for like a week, bro. I was fully sick for like a week, bro. I lost so much weight. If this is the time to talk about this now, please stop telling me I lost weight, bitch. I know I lost weight, and that is the reason why I lost weight. It is finally out, bitch. Everybody that I knew I had it, but I was fake kind of scared to tell people, because it's like, people will probably think you still have it. Like, girl, I don't have it. If you see that I lost weight, bitch, that's why. Like, okay, okay, I lost weight. Like, cool. Like, y'all so annoying. Like, oh my God, Alisha, you lost weight. Oh my God, you lost weight. Like, okay, I know. I'm pretty sure I know I lost weight. Thanks. I don't need you to tell me to. But yeah, so I lost like 20 pounds, bro. Like, I never got that shit back. I was 151. I went down to like 130. Word to me, bro. I went down to like 130, 131. Now I'm 141. You know, it came back a little bit, but I'm not fully there. But I can't believe I really caught that. Like, that shit scares me. It's like, bro, that shit was real. Like, I'm really gonna live to tell I hope I live to tell my kids that I had that shit and I lived this whole. I feel like I just did that video and I just went mad hard because I needed y'all to understand how sick I was, bro. Like, bro, the most I will get is allergies or some shit. Like, I will be sneezing, but I don't get sick to the point where I'm on bed rest. I need syrup on this and that. Like, no, I don't get sick. But anyways, I thank God for my mother because she was there throughout the whole thing. She really took care of me as she should. I love my mother so much. Like, I don't know what I would have did. Like, imagine I couldn't come home. I would have died. I'm not gonna lie to you, I would have died in Atlanta, bro. If I could not come home and had to, like, if I didn't end up coming home, like, if it was a reason why I couldn't come home or I couldn't get on a flight or whatever the case was, and I had to stay in Atlanta and I didn't have nothing, bro, I would have been out. Like, it would have been over for me because the lady was basically telling me that I had it in my throat. She was like, you have the mucus in your throat, you had the Rona, you had the virus in your throat. If that shit would have got to my lungs, it would have been over for me. Do you hear? Like, it would have been over for me. I think my mom has another friend that got that shit in her nose. Like, that shit was like, that shit is so deadly, bro. And then it's crazy because when I was sick, I was getting over my sickness. I'm watching this other, you see me? I'm watching this other video. I think somebody had sent it to me. Other lady, she had the coronavirus, but she had it like worse than me. Like, her eyes was like poking out her head. I'm not even trying to be funny, but like, her eyes was poking out her head. She was coughing. She was like, she couldn't breathe. She's trying to explain her symptoms and what she's going through. I'm just watching, like, I thank God I didn't have it that bad because, bitch, I thought I had it bad. Like, she had it bad. Like, she couldn't have just had that. Like, she had to had something else. But that's crazy to me. Like, I really had that shit full blown. Like, full blown. Anyways, I'm done chatting. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was like a little story time of when I got COVID. See y'all next video.